for his 7 attack at lane or at level 1, the ability to trade. I don't tend to play Phoenixes in player level 1 because I kind of don't mind playing them in level 2 to kind of catch up. Gravelock, I only played 1 real quick. It was never really close. I think it ended up being like 86 to negative something. But our dragon at level 2 and level 3 basically won that game. What do you disagree with? Trading Phoenix for Zemus, or my logic on not trading Phoenix for Zemus? I feel like we don't need Zemus because we've got Scorchmane as the game ender, and then we've also got Predator. So we've already got ways to end the game. We just need to keep our ways to stay alive in the game. Yeah, okay. Maybe I just missed that. Yeah, I hate Zemus with a passion. Even if it's right for my deck, I feel wrong putting it in my deck. So I like the list where it's at. Yeah, send me a challenge, Gravelock. Let's play. Yeah, no worries, Gravelock. I'm not too worried about you seeing what I'm playing and whatnot. Hey, there's Wreck. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and just get the biggest threat I've got out in the field. And then hope we've got removal in our next hand for anything he tries to play as a blocker. Which we basically do. It'd be nice to level the Dreadbolt going into player level 2. Alright. This is a good matchup to test. Well, we got the Cull for Gox. And unfortunately we don't have... I probably should have played the Predator in lane 1. That was a misplay by me. I'm just so used to leaving the middle lane open because I do like playing Aloyan. It's just bad by me. So I think in this deck... I don't have the Cull. So my option is probably just to Epidemic and then Frost Shatter Strike the Gox and get some damage in with Predator. So I'll do that. I can't afford to level the dragon here. I have Frost Shatter Strike as removal, so I do have an answer for the Drix other than throwing Predator in front of it. I'm going to guess he's got Metamind coming down just to try and get the most out of his buff. But he may just want to level the right cards. So we'll see what happens. There's Metamind and Drix, which is a good play. Let's So yeah, really, I can't actually play Frost Shatter Strike, so that turns that off, unless I put a creature out. He actually has an attacking Drick, so I can go ahead and... that's a bummer. I don't have a way to answer both Drixes this turn. So I'm probably just going to go ahead and play the Cinder Smoke in front of the attacking Drix, and then Frost Shatter Strike the other Drix and deal lethal, keep my Wyvern alive. And I should be able to move over into the Drix lane and finish it. So I'm definitely playing catch up here, just try to keep his board clear of Drix pump. But that's going to get a lot harder as the game goes on, because my spells are not going to level nearly as good as his Drix are. And unfortunately, we didn't see either of our calls in our player level 1, so we really didn't have the opportunity to level them up and try and keep them up with Gox and Drix. So we're not looking good going into player level 2 just based on what we've leveled. Really sucks, but I mean the best play here is probably going to be to Epidemic and then Flame Lance his Gox. That does get rid of the Mind Welder too, so I don't have to throw the smoke in front of it. I can get a little bit of damage into him. So I'll go ahead and do that. Problem with playing against Gox is you spend so much time taking Gox out that you get into player level 2 and player level 3 and you have spells leveled and they have good cards leveled and you just kind of lose there. It probably doesn't hurt me as much to let him get a couple of advantages out of, or a couple draws out of Gox early, and then just hope my leveling the right cards I can kind of respond late, but I'm not really doing that, as you can see. So I like to live dangerously. Alright, well, the ideal play would be to, well, I guess there's nothing I have that answers the Drix, so we'll play the Predator in the middle lane, and then just get a value Epidemic out. I don't think I actually use the term value Epidemic very well, because it's going to give you value probably every time you play it. So just ignore me when I say that, it's just a term I like using, because it makes me feel cool and special. Cooler and specialer. Alright. I'm gonna probably Frost Shatter Strike the Gox and then Flame Lance it too. I don't want to get him on that engine. I think I'm gonna go ahead and move him over close to this Drix, just because with how low Drix is, I can probably kill him off next turn and get pump even more for a Predator. That takes me away from that right side of the board if I want to, or if I don't actually draw into removal for him. So I'm expecting an Epidemic here probably to finish off the Predator. Alright. So that's the problem with not leveling my Dreadbolt early. I guess I could just level it over here on the Drix, just to get rid of that. The bad thing is I can't get rid of that level 2 Drix, so that's a problem. But I'm probably going to pay for not leveling that Dreadbolt. I guess I can just Flame Lance. I'm going to take a huge chunk of damage here. This right here is the kind of hand why I don't like to run 12 or 15 spells. You just get put in these situations. Let's see, can I Frost Shatter Strike with Frostmaiden? Frostmaiden will kill the Drix and live, and then I can Frost Shatter Strike the other Drix. I think Strike actually levels better than Lance does, so that may be the right play, but then I don't get to level my Dreadbolt. We're going into player level 3 though, so drawing a level 2 Dreadbolt in player level 3 is kind of like drawing a level 1 Dreadbolt in level 2. So it may not, it may already be too late. So I think I'm actually going to go ahead and Frostmaiden the Drix and then Frost Shatter Strike to just get as much damage off of the Drix as I can, and to level the better removal spell. Let's play it in the right order. So that's rough. I'm one away from actually getting value out of the Epidemic. I think I used that right. Here we go. Here's what the deck does. Alright, well I basically have to throw something in front of that Drix. Well, I don't think I actually have an out here. So I get those down to 19/19s, take almost lethal, and then I've got a really tough game to get back into it, but we'll see what happens. Mostly just want to put... I guess that doesn't matter because he's attacking this turn, so... The good news is they're 19/4s, so I can kill them with basically anything. It's just a matter of now I have to prioritize the 19 power dudes and I can't prioritize Gox, so I can't actually win now. What I can do is start leveling my Scorchmane Dragon for the end game that's not coming, so we'll do that. And then we're going to Flame Lance our Dragon. Oh, I can't because it says opponent. So that was a game until I just couldn't stop the engine any longer. And that's kind of the problem we face, is we spend so much removal early on that our creatures are just not as good. And then you just have to keep playing removal and it doesn't work out for you. Yeah, good games, Gravelock. What do you think, Gravelock? I spent spells to get rid of your engine early, which unfortunately levels my spells and not my creatures. You think it's worth it to let them get, cards off of Gox and player level 1 or 2 to level the right creatures? That way you have a little bit of a game against them, in 2 and 3, or is it right to just take out the Gox and try to level creatures wherever you get a chance? Most of my success against that deck is just taking out the engine wherever I get a chance and trying to level creatures, but I don't know if this deck has the ability to... I guess it does have the ability to snowball against it. Any other challengers out there? Gravelock, if you want to go again, that was a good game. Huh. Yeah, that's a good point. I don't think I leveled the Cinder Smokes very well. I think I was too focused on winning the game early, and trying to level those Predators, which I don't think are actually very great in the matchup. because you just have the ability to